really tough day today. I woke up this morning and everything was fine, everything was going to plan. I was dressed and ready and Nate was dressed and ready and we were all set to like head out for our day at 9:30. And Chris wasn't even up. Chris was like just getting out of bed and we were like, oh, look at us, we're already ready. It was great. We then spent the next couple of hours of the morning just chilling out with Chris, kind of getting ourselves together, just basically being a family and enjoying each other. We spent a bit of time watching some YouTube videos about taking toddlers to Disney, you know, just in case we decide to do that. And then we had a meltdown. It was the biggest meltdown we have had so far. I am now shattered. I think the last 6 hours are kind of blurred by in a whole haze of sobbing, crying, shrieking. Just to be clear, the sobbing, the crying and the shrieking was the baby. Oh, he's been so sad. Now he's sleeping like an angel. He looks so chilled, you would never know what a horrible day he's had. The poor baby. I don't really know what's been going on with him today. He's had a really, really tough day. And I have an app called Wonder Weeks that kind of breaks down the big developmental milestones. So when their bodies and their brains are going through big changes. And the first one of those isn't supposed to happen until week 4. So he's a little bit early on that. If it is something like that that's kind of set him off, where there's no real reason for him to be upset, he's just, his body's changing, he doesn't really understand what's going on. It could be that. It could be anything, who knows. But today, in order for me to go and have a nap, which I desperately needed, because I think he's been so good at sleeping, but the last 2 nights, he's had like 2 hours of sleep at a time. Well, not even that, to be honest. He's woken up on the hour every 2 hours. So once he's woken up, we then need to come downstairs, feed, change, go back to sleep. He then only has like an hour and a half, maybe an hour left before the 2 hours is back up again. So he's been getting under 2 hours sleep a night. I've been getting less than that because I've got to go through all of his motions and then put myself back to bed. So we've not been sleeping very well the last couple of nights, despite him sleeping really well for up until this point. Anyway, in order to catch up on some sleep today, I went for a nap and Chris was in charge. And we have now succumbed and we've officially given him a dummy. He's not going to have it regularly. It's not going to be in his mouth at all times. But it was really necessary and it really seemed to soothe him quite a lot when he was just so upset. And he'd been up for probably about 4 hours at this point, just crying and crying. He was fed, he was clean, he should have been fine, but he was unbelievably upset. And he was overtired, he just needed to get to sleep. And this little gem helped him fall asleep. The little guy's still asleep, he's doing really well. I'm now thinking he's probably going to do his like 4 to 5 hour stint that we tend to get most nights. We did before the last couple of days. I think he's started that now. It's 7 o'clock, which means that he is going to sleep throughout my entire evening and then he's going to be awake all night. So it might be a good idea for me to go and have a lie down, quickly kind of like recharge again before he wakes back up. We've sent Chris out to the shop. We've got food in that we can eat tonight, but we're being healthy. We've like kind of kicked our diet into touch because we were eating too much junk. And we do have food that we can cook and eat, but we are both so shattered with dealing with sobbing babies all day that there's just not enough reward from what we've got in the house. So he's gone out to go and buy something that's low calorie, that's good for us, but is going to be worthwhile, like really enjoyable. And pick up all the other shopping bits that were on our list that I was supposed to do today, but I haven't managed to get out of the house. I'm still dressed though, still clean, my hair done, my makeup done, and clothes on, look proof. Every now and again he kind of stirs a little bit. His feet just went then. Uh-oh. Don't wake up, baby. He still looks fast asleep. I think it's only a matter of time now. Where it all starts again. Oh, that's a good stretch. Time's up. I don't think I showed you this last night. My mum and dad came around with presents that have been delivered to their house for Nathan. And look at all the goodies we have got. It's got quite a few of these little shorty romper suit type things, 0 to 3 months, which are going to be perfect for the summertime. I think they are the cutest things in the world. They're really useful for just having poppers on the bottom. And look at the patterns they come in. I say there's a few of them we've already got in the drawer. We don't have any duplicates, which is amazing. And he's got some more of those, which are gorgeous. This cute little sailor romper, which this thing is also beautiful. Like I say, love these romper suit shapes. And this little doggy all-in-one with matching hat. How cute is this? I can't wait to put this one on him. He also received this, which is one of my favourite outfits I think so far. I may have a thing for stripes, but it's a little like fine knit all-in-one. It's got little legs, little arms, and it is so soft. One day he'll be in the 0 to 3 size, and unfortunately, I don't think it's that far away. One thing I have noticed about gifts is that, first off, how generous people are is just amazing. And secondly, everybody's bought the cutest clothes going. Like, unbelievably beautiful clothes. 2 little teddy bears, they're tiny. They both look like they're good for him to have from birth onwards. There's no like googly eyes or anything like that on them. And I can't wait for him to be able to play with them. They're so cute. And in the meantime, they're going to decorate his nursery beautifully. We've also been lucky enough to receive a journal, which I need to kind of get on with and start filling out. There's so much work to be done. I do love the idea of baby journals and being able to look back at them in the future and seeing when stuff happened, and all the dates and the numbers and the statistics and things are fantastic. But right now, the thought of having to fill one out, basically I have no spare energy in order to fill out a baby book. I'm sure I'll get to it at some point. I really hope I do. And I really hope I don't get like partway through it and then stop, because that's usually what I'm really good at. And it would be a real shame with this. I need to do it. I need to get it. I need to get on top of it. And then I need to keep on top of it. That would be like the perfect scenario. He looks like he's waking up. He's not actually awake. He's just moaning. Little one. While he's been crying today, I have sung so many nursery rhymes, it is untrue. I'm really excited because I do not have a good singing voice. Not in the slightest. I am probably tone deaf. There's no excuses, I can't sing. But this little guy is probably the only person in the world who actually likes hearing to me sing. Likes listening to me sing, that makes sense. The first one did not. I have not had enough sleep in the last few days. He's really sweet. He doesn't appreciate it particularly, but it definitely stops him crying, and I'm going to assume that's because he likes it. It might be because he just wants me to shut up and he thinks that I'm crying too. Screaming, shrieking and wailing too. It suddenly seems to have got really dark in here. I think I'm gonna have to go and get the washing in. I was kind of worried that the dark meant that it had started raining. It looks like it might have rained earlier though, but at least it is not raining now. Our garden looks like a jungle. God, that's awful. Anyway, time to get the washing in. And before the little man was born, I think I did like 1 load of washing a week, maybe 2 if we'd been through a lot of clothes. Since he's been here, I have done a load of washing every single day, which includes more of our stuff for some reason, which is a bit odd. I don't know, maybe I'm just more on top of it than I used to be. Either way, there always seems to be washing to do. The problem is, it's fine now, because at the moment, it's summer and it dries on the line and it's all dry by the end of the day. But in a couple of months, it's going to be winter. I'm not going to be able to dry stuff outside. I don't quite know how we're going to get this amount of washing dry when we don't have a tumble dryer. It's all these hidden costs of babies that nobody tells you about, like the amount of takeaways we've been eating, and the fact that we now need a tumble dryer. Like, I can afford nappies, and we can afford formula, and we can do all of that. There's so many more expenses too, and the amount of coffee and cake you have to drink as a new parent is phenomenal. Forgot to show you earlier that one of the other things that arrived for Nate yesterday is this awesome N for in his room. And there's the switch. Lights up too. I think that's really cute. If you've seen yesterday's video, you'll know that we went out to Cork Abbey. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, you should go and watch that now and then come back and watch the rest of this one. We had a really good day out. The sun was shining, the baby was good, and we went out for a drive. We ended up at a National Trust property, which was a big old house, lovely gardens and a deer park and all sorts of stuff. And we had a really good time. The staff that were there were fantastic. I think we got numerous comments, must have been 3 or 4 different members of staff, that said that Nate won the award for youngest visitor of the day. It's probably because he spent a lot of the day being carried by Chris. And when Chris holds on to him, he looks like such a little dot on Chris's chest. It's really cute. It was really good. I think the kids' play area was really good. The gardens were really good. And the house was great for slightly older kids and anybody interested in history, really. Unless you really don't like taxidermy. If you hate taxidermy with a passion, don't go. There were so many collections in the house. They had bees, they had butterflies, and they had a whole lot of taxidermied animals. This evening we've had a super chilled baby. So we've just been taking a couple of photos of him with a couple of props. And I think we're about done now because he's just starting to wake up. He's becoming a little less malleable. Oh no, hello, look at that. Yep, yeah, there we go. He couldn't do that earlier. Earlier, he'd pick his hand up and it just flopped back down again. We may be waking him up a bit too much. That's okay, because it's about time for us to go to bed. So I could do with waking him up, and then we can get him ready for bed. Oh, he's such a cutie. Honey, mister. Such a cutie. I'm going to just stare at him all day. I'm sure you guys don't want to, though. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Django. Okay, guys, that's it. That is us off to bed. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
This town's so